Good morning, all my sweet friends, pals, and confidants. It is Friday morning, 17th of April, here in beautiful, I mean beautiful St. Augustine, Florida. It's a gorgeous day. When I went out this morning early, it was 65. That's a little cool for me. I like it in the mid 70s. Mid to low 70s is perfect for me. Ooh. I put my hair up because, well, I'll show you. I went to bed last night with wet hair in a towel, and it's gross this morning. So I'm putting it up at least until I can re-wet it and start all over with it. So there we go. Semi-decent. Okay. So it's Friday, the 17th of April. It's beautiful. Our low this morning was 62. It was 65 when I took Moses out for his walk. Supposed to get up to 82 today. That's warm. Sunshiny, not a cloud in the sky, just beautiful blue. Let me show you. I love showing you how blue that sky is. Isn't that gorgeous? And my strawberry plant has strawberries. I counted 6. And my luck, they're going to come ripe while I'm gone next week. Very disappointing. I'm going to ask my husband to check on them. But you know what? If they come ripe like Wednesday and I'm not home till Saturday, they're not going to be any good. So unless I can get him to freeze them, but then they'll be mushy. But I can use them to make something. Some strawberry muffins, maybe? We'll see. My son keeps trying to text me. So, let me see. What else did I want to tell you about St. Augustine today? Other than it's absolutely beautiful. Today's laundry day, so the ding just went off on my washer. I need to move those things to the dryer, and then I got to do towels. And I mopped and vacuumed yesterday, so I don't have to do that today. I have very little to do today. I have to take the HOA payment. Yes, we belong to an HOA. I have to take that to the bank to deposit. And I got my suitcase down for my trip next week. I'm so excited. I did not make any bread during Lent. That was my self-sacrifice. And believe me, it was hard to do because I love making bread and giving it to people and eating it. Love to eat my own sourdough bread. But Fred is dying for me to feed him. And I will in a little bit. I got my coffee this morning. It's almost empty. What's in your mug? I had a Thomas blueberry bagel with Publix whipped berry cream cheese. But my favorite cream cheese is the one that's, I can't remember what, it's honey and pecans maybe? I don't remember. That's really good on any kind of bagel, even a plain bagel. That is good stuff, I'm telling you. So I went shopping the other day. I got my snacks for my trip. I still want to get my grandson a gift. Now last year I got him a St. Augustine shirt, and I was thinking of getting him another one, but I don't know. Maybe I'll just wait till we get up to Destin and take him shopping and get him something up there that he wants. Maybe he doesn't want a shirt. I don't know. He's a kid. He's 14. What do 14-year-olds like? Anyway, I ran across this writing, poetry kind of, sort of, on the internet, and I printed it off, and I'm going to read it to you because I love it. It's based on Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5. I'm going to read this to you out of the, which Bible am I using? The New Living Translation. New Living Translation. And this verse means so much to me because it makes me feel special that God chose me and had a plan for me all along, even in the horrible dysfunctional family that I was born in and lived in for the first 16 years of my life. I got married the day after I turned 17. Yeah. So he had a plan for me before I was even born. And you know, if you are one of his chosen, which if you have chosen him, you are one of his chosen, he has a plan for your life too. Even at 68, am I 68? My goodness. My goodness. I'm old. Anyway, even at this ripe old age, he still has things for me to do. And talking to you every day, I firmly believe this is one of the things, one of the major things that he wants me to do. It may be the whole reason why I have not been able to find a job. I had been looking for a part-time job because my husband and I would like to do some traveling. Now, he makes pretty good money, but, you know, it's not cheap to live here in St. Augustine. So, and he likes to buy things. So, and I'm not saying I don't. I like to buy things too. We both, that's something we both have in common. He just bought 3 big bookcases and a bunch of books from Christian bookstore. So my hair's falling down. Let me try to get that back up again. So yeah, I would love to find a part-time job to be able to travel. I so want to go to Europe again. I would love to go to Israel. I don't think they're allowing people in there at this time, but I'd love to go to Rome and see the things that Paul saw and walk the roads that Paul walked. I'd like to see the Colosseum. I'd like to see the Vatican and all the art. Oh my goodness. That was one of my favorite things in Paris, was the art. I'm not an art historian or fanatic. I would love to take an art history class. Maybe that's something I can do soon. I love the history of art. I love art, but I'm in no way, you know the word I'm looking for. Anyway, I wanted to read you this that I found, and like I said, it's based on Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5. I knew you before I formed you in your mother's womb. I know I read this already, but I'm going to read it again. I knew you before I formed you in your mother's womb. Before you were born, I set you apart and anointed you as my prophet to the nations. It means so much to me. You know, if this channel took off, which y'all can help by sharing, you know, the little button that says share my videos. And if this takes off, then it'll pay for itself and I won't have to go get an outside job. This could be my full-time ministry. How awesome would that be? For this to be my full-time ministry. And believe me, if this started to help pay me, I would get into there learning how to edit the videos and make cool things and for your enjoyment, for your learning, I would love to do that. But right now, I can't. Okay, so I want to read to you this thing that I found on Facebook. Facebook can be wonderful sometimes. And the title is, "You were anointed for this. God is speaking to you today. I did not anoint you for approval. I anointed you for impact. You were never called to shrink yourself to fit into people's opinions or expectations. What I placed inside of you is meant to move things, shift atmospheres, and make a difference." Wow. Let them talk, because their words do not cancel my calling on your life. You do not need permission to walk in what I have already assigned to you. Keep your focus on the territory I have set before you. There are lives to reach, doors to walk through, and assignments to fulfill. Do not get distracted trying to prove yourself to people who cannot see what I see. I am the one who validates you. Move forward with boldness because I have already gone ahead of you. What I called you to do will speak louder than anything they say. All those naysayers, and I've had a few in my life. I remember back in the day when I said I was going to become a nurse. And someone I very much loved and still do love and admire said, "Right, Luann. Like, no. Yeah, we'll see." And you know what? I did it. I did it. I went in there, I filled out the application, I filled out all the financial aid forms, and I started college at the ripe old age of 20-something. My kids were already half grown. I think 2 of them were already in school. Yeah, Michael and Chalet were already in school. And I did it. I went to nursing school, and for 40 years, I made an impact on people's lives. I cared for people. I saved some lives. I held hands while other lives went on to meet the Lord or other places, but I comforted them through that. I was reminded this week of the time that I did CPR on an older woman, and all old people, every time I've done CPR on an older person, I could feel their ribs breaking. The very first time I ever did CPR, I was a brand new nurse. I don't even think I had passed my boards yet. I think I was a graduate nurse. I was working in the CCU at Halifax Hospital, and I was doing CPR, and I felt the crunch, and I looked over at the nurse that I was with that day, and I said, "It crunched." She said, "Don't stop." So I kept on, and eventually the doctor came in and they called the code, stopped the code, and let him pass on into eternity. I hate doing CPR on old people. Ugh. That crunching of the ribs. And back then we didn't have masks. We didn't have ambu bags at the bedside. So I was doing mouth to mouth on this old woman, and I could taste her for the rest of the day. And no, she didn't make it. Older people rarely do. We might be able to bring them back for a little bit, but rarely do they come back to a good life. So, and you may have different experience. If you're a nurse, you have a different experience. That's fine. That's just my experience. So, I'm not sure where I was going with all that, but what I do know is He has a plan for me. He has a plan for you. And I hope His plan for me is to keep coming to you every day. And if I have to get a job, then I have to get a job, and I'll have to stop doing these videos. Sorry, my hair's driving me crazy. I'll have to stop because this is work. It takes some work to do the planning of what I'm going to say, and then doing all the uploading that takes probably between YouTube and my 2 Facebook channels, it takes probably 2 hours to get everything uploaded. So that all takes time, and that's without doing any editing, which one day I do hope to be able to do some editing. Learn more about the rules. Yesterday I put in that song Walking on Sunshine, and I got a message from, I can't remember, no, I think it was from YouTube, that certain territories, I don't know what it means by territory, I don't know if it means a state or a portion of the world, whatever, my video would not be shown because of the copyright of Walking on Sunshine. Who knew? I didn't. These are things I need to learn. I would love if my daughter-in-law, Jessica, who is a mentor for worship leaders and will be traveling all over the world. I was just looking for her card, and I had it up there where I could see it and pray for her every day, but I don't see it. I think it got moved behind because I was praying for my Compassion International kids. Anyway, she's really good at making these videos and editing them, and yeah, I need her to show me how to do it, but she's so busy. I need her to make time for her old mother-in-law, MIL, and teach me how to do some of these things. Anyway, I love y'all. Mwah. I hope you have a wonderful day. It is a beautiful day. I think, what time is it? It's 9:45. I think I'm going to throw the washing machine's done. I'm going to throw those in the dryer, put the towels in the washer, and then I'm going to run to the bank. And then when I get home, I only have a couple of things to do today besides laundry, and I'm just going to rest today. I bought a book, and I don't know how y'all feel about it. It's not part of the biblical canon, from the Nicene, the council that put together the Bible and decided what books would be part of the Bible and what books wouldn't. They did not contain the books of Enoch. And Enoch's very interesting. And since it is not part of the Holy Bible, I will read it with a grain of salt. I don't think we should not read things because we're afraid of them. I've read the Book of Mormon. I've read the Quran. I've read a lot of the Seventh-day Adventist work. I have read, I don't know, some other things that probably aren't kosher. Although that word, Enoch, might be kosher. Because it's referred to in the Bible. So yeah, that's my plan for this afternoon, is to read Enoch. I bought there's Enoch 1, 2, and 3. There's 3 books of Enoch. I plan on reading them. And I did order the Ethiopian Bible, and I have a Catholic Bible that has some of the other books that are not included in our Bible. And I've read some of them, and they're interesting. So that's it for today. I love y'all. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I know I am. We have production team get together tonight at V Pizza. I've never heard of it. I'm excited about going there. So dinner and fellowship with the team I serve with at Church of 1122. And yeah, that's it. I love y'all. Have a wonderful day. Bye.